big part of me wanted to see Connor McDavid win. You want to see greatness win a cup.
Yeah.
But like I think we're seeing greatness in a team. Like this team, like I don't know if like they could possibly win 3
for
in
sure.
a row. Like
I mean,
their team could set up if Bill Zito can keep some guys. Like sky's the limit for this team.
They asked Bill something last night, and he smiled and was like, "We're going to try to keep all 3," because they were talking about Brad, Bennett, and Ekblad.
Why wouldn't?
And he's like, "We're going to try to keep all 3." Just kind of smiled. It's like, I mean, yeah, if you've won 2 in a row, like how does Bill not just be like, "Look, here's the money I have. Here's what I can do. You guys want to do it again, or do you want to go somewhere else and get paid more?" Like,
obviously,
go ahead.
Sam Bennett leads. He probably, he's got the most leverage out of all 3
for
of them.
sure.
But if he can just be like, "Hey, Bill, how do we keep all 3 of us?
Yeah. What do we have to do?
What do we have to do to make that happen?"
I think that's the difference in the team mentality. Is that's like a very Sidney Crosby mentality. Is I'm going to take less, but show me what you're going to do with the money, because we got to figure this out. Whatever. When people are trying to make the Connor Sid comparisons, and they're like, well, if Connor can win 6, he can come back and win 7. Sid did it this year. But the caveat to that was he had Marc-Andre Fleury behind him, who stopped 49 of 51 shots over 2 games.
Yeah.
And you're like, he doesn't have that. And part of why he doesn't have that is because he makes a fuckload of money and his buddy makes a fuckload of money. So it's like, do they need to do a better job of spreading the cash around and maybe be like, do you trade Leon?
No, you can't. You just signed him to a deal.
I know, but if that's the problem, is being
I'm sure any team is going to take Leon. I know that
for sure.
If they're willing to trade him, but you don't. You just went to the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row
for sure,
and you played against a really good team. You went to 7 games in 6 games, so you're not far off. But you are for sure the best team. You are the other best team in this league besides Florida.
But you're getting worse.
No, not necessarily.
You took it to 7 last year.
Well, we also thought they were getting worse going into the playoffs.
For sure.
Right?
They had to make some
and look
adjustments.
what they did, and they made adjustments. Right.
Yeah.
So I think that they don't need to do a lot, but they need to make tweaks in certain areas. Like obviously, what was the issue? Goaltending.
Yeah.
And their depth.
So where does the money come from in goaltending? Because like one of their depth players.
Maybe you make a trade, but it's not Connor or Leon. Maybe it's within your core group. Maybe it's a Darnell Nurse. Maybe it's a Nugent Hopkins. Maybe it's an Ekholm. I don't know. Maybe it's someone that is in that core that you have to shake things up just a little bit and make the team makeup a little bit different. Like the Leafs have to do. Same thing.
Oh yeah,
the Leafs have to do the same shit.
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother conversation.
They're a whole nother ball game.